Welcome back to Global Riddum, the place where we travel the world to explore different sounds. Today, we in Brooklyn, New York, with an important part of the underground scene in New York City. He throws events to allow artists to showcase their talents and to network. He's also a musician himself, a beast with the saxophone. Plus, he's a vocalist, a producer, a mixing engineer, a mastering. Listen, he's a jack of many trades and a master of all. The man himself, Mr. Stanford Reid, aka Phước Phật. Yeah. What's your name and where you from, bro?
Stanford Reid, originally from Baltimore, Maryland. I'm passionate about life, passionate about music, passionate about entrepreneurship, passionate about curating community. Growing up, I saw my grandmother, my mother, my father, the grandfather, they were all community leaders. That inspired me from a young age to know the power of bringing people together.
And how long have you been involved in making music?
Wow, so I'll be 35 this year.
Okay.
And I've been doing music the whole time. So I was born into a family that facilitated me being interested in being able to express myself musically. In my teenage years, my mom moved us to another state. We moved to Atlanta. And when I was there, I didn't have my grandmother teaching me piano. And playing drums at church was more of a duty. It's something I had to do in order to like help my mom and my stepdad have a whole band at church. And then one day I felt like I needed something that I actually wanted to use to express myself. And so I saw a saxophone on TV and I gravitated to it instantly and knew that that's what I wanted to do.
So saxophone is your instrument of choice.
Yeah.
But you,
Hold on.
yeah. Alright, man. News time, man.
Yeah.
You got Sam in the building.
I'm here spreading some good vibes for y'all. Y'all make your way uptown.
What gets your creative juices flowing?
I like to exercise. I like to move around. I love practicing basketball moves in the room.
For real.
I be dribbling. I be like a Kyrie Irving. I be doing layups. I be like.
Who would you say inspires you, not only in your family, but in terms of the industry, like people who paved the path that you walk on right now?
Jay-Z's number one.
Okay.
And Pharrell Williams number two, and Kanye West would have to be number three. My relationship with Kanye is more for the producer Kanye than the rapper Kanye. I liked Pharrell Williams because his music made me feel something. And I like Jay-Z because he used references from all the movies.
So how would you describe your sound?
After moving to Vietnam and living there for 5 years, my sound became more connected to the sense of like tribal nature. Like in Vietnam, that I learned about cultural music. Before I went there, I didn't know about like something that everyone knew in the community, not because it was hip and trendy, but because it was a cultural song, like something from the old age that, you know, their great grandparents grew up singing to their children.
Inherited.
Yeah, it's like a griot type of music.
What took you to Vietnam? Like what made you go there? And also, how did Vietnam change you as a person?
So I went to Vietnam to play in a music festival. The music festival was it's called the Quest Festival. It had like 5,000 people there, and after that I found myself receiving a lot of opportunities to play music, a lot of opportunities to perform in Vietnam and Thailand, Cambodia. and I was just going around, living in that way. It taught me a lot about performing and spreading energy. And I performed shows when there was 100 people, a couple hundred people. I performed shows when it was like 5 or 10 people. I performed shows where everyone could kind of speak English or understand what I'm talking about. I performed shows where they cannot understand a single word, nor the musical context of which I'm playing.
But they just feel the vibe.
Yeah.
You had to play one song of yours to make someone a fan. What would it be?
If I have to play one song to make someone a fan, I will go with Ignore.
Let's just take it slow down. I wonder if you think it's someone else wrong. And the world makes me push like a wood up inside. Every side, and past the
Yeah. Yes, sir. You know last. Alright, so when it's all said and done, what do you want your impact to be?
I want my impact to be that my son can have a way better life than I had. That he can have way better prospects, and that his generation will have benefited from my generation, and that my actions had something to do with the benefit